What is popping? RaJuR back in the studio because I discovered something tonight. So, usually I'm playing around on the computer with the Ozone software, which I finally got almost everything hooked up the way I want it, with my laptop being over here. You know what I mean? That way I can get around. So I got my laptop over here, and now I got my MPC over here, and that way I got my little situation. You know what I mean? I can, when I'm producing, I can be bada bing, bada booming. And then when I'm mixing, I can be over here doing my mix. But if I need to bring the guitar over here, I just got to somehow make it work. But I hope everybody's doing well. Now, so what happened was today, I don't know, I was looking at something I was reading something. I'm always reading. Like I said, y'all know I'm always trying to find something out. And this guy mentioned something about using MIDI with an interface using Pro Tools. Now, I never used MIDI in Pro Tools. Now, I only have Pro Tools 9. I don't have any 12 HD or nothing like that. I don't have that kind of money. I'm not going to be spending money on software. Y'all know I got too much stuff down here to worry about software. You know what I mean? I don't like plugins and all that stuff. That's why I invest in all this gear. So I was reading about MIDI. So somehow or other, somebody said, well, my MIDI is not working in my Saffire. I'm like, I never thought about using MIDI in Saffire. So let me see if MIDI looks Saffire. So after I got home and I was doing all this and setting up some hard drives, I had some backup hard drives I'm setting up so I can back up my projects and everything. I got this hard drive to work back again because it was messed up. So it crapped out, but I worked on that yesterday and got rid of some bad files, and now it's back up and running. So I've been trying to keep everything straight down here in the lab. So, once I have my artists come in or I have some clients come in, we're going to be working. We're going to top peak operating RocDaHouse studios because that's what we do. So what happened was I said, well, let me hook up the MIDI, right? So I went to my system, and as y'all know, I use, well, a lot of y'all don't know, but some cats who don't know, I use Digital Performer to control all my MIDI pieces. So I got, I got a Planet Fat down there, I got a Trinity Rack, I got a Roland XV5050, a Proteus 2000, I got a Kurzweil 2000R. Over here, I got my analog stuff, so I got my Moog Sub Fatty, I got my Prophet 8, I got DeepMind 6. So I got a lot of instrumentation out here that I use my MIDI for. So what I had to do is I had to see how I can get MIDI. What's going on, homeboy? All right, JB. I had to see how I can get MIDI working out of my system here into Pro Tools so I can use instruments in Pro Tools. So I said, well, let me check it out. So I figured, let me check. So I'm down here, I'm pulling wires and working this out and working that out. Okay, I gotta get rid of that MIDI channel. Now I gotta give that a MIDI channel. All kinds of stuff I'm doing, right? And I notice I don't have a lot of instrumentation in here because I never worry about using software instruments. Then I got the messing around and flip-flapping around and flippity-dip back, bing, back, bing, bang, booming around. And all of a sudden I got it to work. So I started off playing the piano. And then I went to the organ, the DC-33 that's built in. And then I went back to the mini grand piano, and now I found this thing called the vacuum. It's like a synthesizer. And it's playing via MIDI into my Pro Tools. So I'm like, all right, cool. Only thing I'm gonna look at after this is how you can turn a MIDI track into an audio track, because you can do that in Logic, but I don't use Logic like that. So to turn a MIDI track into an audio track would be cool in Pro Tools, but I don't mind it being MIDI because it being MIDI, I can change the instrument around anytime I want. So if I get some other instruments, well, I can manipulate, after I play the MIDI data in, I can manipulate that instrument, make a whole nother sound, and now I got a whole nother sound. And I never used MIDI instrument. I've been doing this thing for almost 20 years, and I never used Pro Tools. I never used the MIDI instruments. Crazy. I haven't messed with my MIDI other than MPC. I think I've been intimidated. Yeah, man. My bad. I done made like 5 albums with my MPC, so it doesn't seem a lot of work. Before I used my MPC, I used the Roland. For my first 2 albums, I used the Roland R8 Mark II that had 8 separate outs. Now I gotta have separate outs. I can't have no 2-track out. I can't do that. Now my mpc-one is 2 outputs, but you can mix it inside the machine, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. But other than that, I'm going to play this song, and I'm going to play the synthesizer over top of it. So the name of this video is Raj live in RocDaHouse Studios playing a MIDI instrument in Pro Tools 9 using the Saffire40 by Focusrite, playing from my keyboard here. And I guess y'all might think I'm not playing, so I'm gonna aim the camera down here so y'all can see me playing the rrme. Now I don't know how to play keyboard like that. I can write songs, I can make songs, but I'm not really a good keyboard player. But we're gonna do something on this song. Here we go. This is actually a Carlos Santana remake. I used to play it on guitar, but I just pulled it up just to try out this MIDI instrumentation thing. The track was already up, so I just left it up. So here we go, me jamming, and I'm not scratching. Fick it, fick it, fick it, fick it. I'm not doing that. Here we go. Let's go. Oops. See, now that I turned on YouTube, now I'm starting to think when I act stupid. I'm gonna hit save. Alright, we ain't worried about that. Bang. We ain't got no problem playing around. Here we go. Alright, here we go. All right, so now we just recorded that into Pro Tools via MIDI. So now what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate that instrument while we play around. And we're going to see if it changes the sound of the instrument or what we're going to change it. And then I'm out of here. I get ready to go to bed. Here we go. We're going to hit the play. We're going to play around with the synthesizer that we have built into Pro Tools. See what it does when I move some knobs around. All right, so what happened was Dr. Dum Dum didn't have it in record mode. Dummy didn't record it. Didn't record it. Dummy. Big dummy didn't record nothing. So now we're going to use the mini grand instead. Because that synthesizer was kind of wild anyway. It was kind of wild and kind of crazy. So we're going to go to the piano now. All right, here we go. We're going to record it this time. Carlos Santana Europa with me playing on piano. And again, I'm going to turn y'all around so y'all can see me. I'm a guitar player now. But I'm going to play on this piano. Let me tighten this up so I don't go nowhere so y'all can see me playing the piano. Let's go. Record mode. That's in record mode. Let's pop it off. so now I recorded it that time around. So now I'm gonna turn the camera back around. Real the other noise, I gotta squeeze it around. And now listen to it now, and then I'm going to bed. Here we go. I'm gonna take it out of record mode. And now we're gonna hit it. There we go. You gotta record it this time. In the meantime, I'll start shutting this stuff down. Hope you like it. Here we go. Hey, what happened? That joint's jamming. Well, we got to start it where it stopped. Here we go. What the heck is going on here? What is the heck is the going on? Well, it seems as though my computer don't want to act right now. Now I did all the hard work. We got a little some clicking, glitching thing going on too. Not sure what that is. There might be a issue with my clock. But we already use 44K, so it can't be that. So I'm not sure why it's doing that. But well, we are glitching over there a little bit. Hold on. We had no problem recording it. We should have had no problem listening to it. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's messed up. Okay. I think we might have the issue settled, maybe. Or actually, we don't. There we go, that clock thing. Now it's claiming there's a clock issue. Sometimes this Saffire be acting like real dumb. And it says I have no lock now all of a sudden. I don't know why I don't have a lock now. I had a lock earlier. And now I don't have a lock all of a sudden. Which is what some people were saying when it came to this interface. Because now it's locked. But I'm using something totally different. So let's see what happens. And see, now we got all that clicking and popping in the background because that's not what's supposed to be happening. It's not clocking to what it usually clock to. But people have some complaints with this software. If you guys are using the Saffire40, you know, sometimes it does that. Now we're back to ADAS, so we're not going to have a problem now. Sometimes I think it loses its clock. It shouldn't lose its clock, but it loses its clock sometimes. And because I have my ADAT piece over here, which controls my clock, what controls the digital part that I want to use, whether I want to use ADAT or SPDIF, I got that set up in my rrme 8IO piece. But then I have my big clock that takes care of the clocking for everything that's digital here at 44, because that's what I record at and everything at 44K. All right, so we'll continue where we left off, because again, I want to be in the bed by 11. Oh, and that's another reason too. I can't use this in two computers at one time. And basically, as you see, I tried to open it up in this computer, and now it stopped playing. So it probably has something to do with this computer too, coming on. So now I got to make sure I shut that down. And bada bing, bada boom. And for me, I'm learning something every day when it comes to when I'm hooking up new stuff. I'm always hooking up new stuff. Well, not always, but for the most part, I'm always looking for something to make my studio better because I need to get this album done. And I got some clients coming in once all the foolishness is over with this situation. I got clients already booked to come in. So I just want to make sure, heaven willing, everything is working, everything had no glitches, because I have no time getting, clients down here and all of a sudden we got stuff glitching like it's doing now. So I want to make sure we don't have that problem. So that's enough of that. I'll save it just to have it. And that's what this video was about. Using Pro Tools, using instruments in Pro Tools, and also using a Saffire MIDI. Because I've never used a MIDI interface with Pro Tools ever. So now I'm going to be looking for more instruments that I can use to put in the Pro Tools. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to be doing next. Now let's get back to what I was doing yesterday, which is I want to make sure this is still up and running with the software that I'm using called Ozone. And if y'all, ouch, I just hit my toe in this thing and I had a delayed reaction. Because first it didn't hurt. Now it hurts. And I was doing some mixing on this. And I need my mixing, or when I'm mastering, I need my mastering here because I need to be able to get over to my other equipment. If I need to roll over here and turn something up or turn something down, I got to change these out too. I got to twist them around how I want them as well. But yeah, I'm gonna do that tonight too. In fact, where's my screwdriver? I'm gonna get that done tonight. I want to be able to reach all my equipment. So here I can master stuff. Like you guys might say, well, Raj, can you master a song for me? Can you master a project for me? Well, I'm not sure whether I'm going to really invest in the software, but for now, I'm demoing it for a little while. So while I'm demoing it, I'm going to be demoing it. So you see the clock is clicking. That's one thing about this software too. It's kind of weird or the Saffire, that sometimes it clicks when you're loading up software, click, and all. It does crazy stuff, which is kind of dumb. Especially when I haven't even activated it yet. In the meantime, while it's loading up, and hopefully it'll hurry up, we'll take these, I'm going to move these bad boys around. And this is my compressor over here. I have a compressor and I have a what they call a transient piece over here. These screws are very small, kind of hard to get out. Let me turn the light on so I can see. The screw should fall out, but I guess they want to make sure I pull the whole unit out. So I'm gonna switch these around because I want to EQ after. for you guys in the studio stuff. I mean, for those who are not, I want to EQ after I start compressing stuff. I don't want to EQ afterwards. And what I can actually do is leave just the way it is now. I'm switching around in my patchbay, but I don't. I just want them to be where they are. I'd rather do it that way. And this right here, like it's not even, this screw's not even coming out. Here we go. Take it easy with that screw. I don't even like a screw that should be in there. What the heck? I don't know what that's about. I'm glad I'm finding out though. Some of these screws just come right out, and some of them don't. But since I got a zillion of them, and they fall all on the floor right now, I'm not even going to sweat it. I'll grab them as I'm taking the units out. So I'm going to go in here and pull this bad boy out. So this is one of the units that came out of my piece. As you can see, it's kind of strange, right? That's all it is, just a circuit board that goes inside this box over here I just pulled it out of. And this one right here, I see how I'm going to get this one out, because this screw right here acting like it's not going to let me let it out. I hope I didn't strip anything with this screw, because this screw should be out already. Oh. Yeah, these two screws right here, like that's kind of weird. And these are like they're the right screws either. These screws are longer than the other screws. That's the problem. The heck? Where I got these screws from? They don't belong in here. Oh man, that's crazy. I guess my 11 o'clock bedtime is going to be stretched to 11:30. Because I don't like, for me, when I'm doing stuff, I don't like to do anything until I'm finished it. I don't like coming back tomorrow or whatever, when I can do what I need to do right now today. And those screws didn't belong in there. I don't know where those screws came from. Those screws did not belong in that piece. So now I got to try to get this one out. If I tan up something. Because that screw definitely didn't belong in there. And now I can't get it out. I gotta get it out without scratching up an $1,100 piece of gear. But yeah, like it's stripped out. This is wild, yo. This is crazy what I'm going through right now, because I shouldn't be having to do this. I don't know how the screw even got up in here like this. Now, I don't want to break it off, because if I break it off, we definitely gonna have a problem. And that screw is stripped out. See if I pull the unit out. I got the other screw out. Oops. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm down here trying to take some screws out of something. And I was actually taking out the wrong screws. So I'm wondering why they ain't coming out and why are those screws bigger than the other screws? Alright, let's see if I can pull it out now. I got it out. Now I gotta get this screw back in. This is my compressor piece right here. Got it. Can't believe $1,200 for this circuit board. $1,200. But it does wonders. This was $1,000. So these two pieces was $2,000 for these two pieces. Ain't that something? But hey, if you want the job done right, you gotta have the right equipment. Like I said, for me, my flashlight, I don't like to use a whole bunch of plugins from ProTools and all that stuff. I like using gear. Okay? With circuits and stuff on it. With circuits and stuff. And this is going to be trickier because I can't really see it. Just try to line it up with the screws. You just hope you got it in the right slot. Push back on it a little bit, and if that ain't it, you probably ain't got it right. And that ain't right either, so I keep working with it till you get it right. That ain't it. That ain't it. It's so tough when you're putting in the last one, you can't really see where you're putting the slots at. I'm trying to put these bad boys back in. It's like crazy. But you gotta be patient and you gotta be careful. And there we go. They're in. I actually want to change some other stuff around in here, but I ain't doing that because that's a whole bunch of yeah I mean. So I'm gonna put a few of these screws back in here for now. I can't believe I was taking out the wrong screws. But I was. You want to screw this in, make sure it's sturdy. You gotta make sure you find the screw. I don't want to put it in too tight because I might have to take it back out again. So we're going to put them in there nice and lightly. Some people don't put all 40 screws in. I like putting mine in to make sure they they're hitting the card right. Or make sure they're hitting the back of the unit and they're secure. There's another screw around here somewhere. I dropped it on the floor. They're so small. But I have so many that, here it is. I have so many I really don't have to worry about it too much. Now they're nice and solid. And then we can turn it back on. Make sure they're all good to go, which they are. Put that back in there. We're gonna go back over here to this computer. It does not like to stay on long. I think I got it to shut down after like a couple minutes if I'm not doing anything, which is kind of crazy. It keeps wanting me to sign up to Xfinity for internet service. Let me turn this off because I don't need to edit that right now. It's bothering me. So now I'm gonna load this song in from last night. I Deserve Better. Is it any? Oh, you see it. Oh, there it is. And this we back to isotope right here. I forgot what channel I had it coming in, but it's coming to some channel. Let me hit it. See where it's at. There it is. So this song is called Real Deep Cool, and this is from my Real Deep Cool album. And I decided to load that up in there. And this seat needs to stay up where I can see. And this way I can get over here to my other equipment and be going back and forth when I'm working on people's stuff. Now, actually, you can hear me actually using this software, the Isotope software. I'm using that software, but I'm still able to use my hardware over here to accentuate what I'm probably not getting from the software. But what I just did was, a lot of people, when it comes to recording, they don't know whether they want to whether they want to EQ after they compress or limit the music, or do they want to EQ the music, then compress it. I think I found it's better for me to compress it and get the loudness that I want out of it. Then once I get the loudness and everything out of it, then I'll add the EQ and boost it back up and give it transits back, is what I'm going to do. So I decided, I'm not sure how mastering studios do it, but that's how I'm going to do it. And I'm not sure I'll be, whether I'm using the software or not, whether I might just be coming out of here straight, I'll load the files into a program that I can, probably run it right off the CD. And then I'll put the CD in here or whatever I got going in, or whether I got a file going in, and I'll put it in here and use anything just to run it and scroll it. Well, I really don't have to do that. I can just do it right up here in my Pro Tools too. I can do it that way. So all depends on how I want to work, but the whole thing is just trying to find a comfortable way to work, because sometimes you can overburden yourself by having too much stuff. As y'all can see, I done went from talking about Pro Tools and using the instruments in Pro Tools all the way to now talking about Ozone and using some 500 series compressors and Alesia. I use the Alesia envelope, and I'm using the compressor by Serpent Audio. And I only bought that because he's from Philly, so I want to give him play. You know what I mean? I figure I spent $1,100 with him as opposed to spending $1,100 for a West Audio piece, which is a nice piece too. But I figured I'd go with my man. He's supposed to sound more like an SSL than the West Audio. So I'm gonna play this track again, and I'm gonna bypass what's been done to the track already in here. Basically, if I do anything with this program, I'll keep it, and I won't use it except to just play audio into it. Or I'll get the other program. Well, the other program is just plugins though. There's 3 levels of Ozone. There's the Ozone with plugins in it, and then there's Ozone Standard that's $250. Then there's this Ozone that's $500. That's not gonna happen. So we're gonna play it. Turn on this mastering as opposed to what I just did. And you heard mine, nice and loud out there, compressed a little bit of compressed and limited, and doing what it's doing. Now this is Ozone. So we're gonna compare Ozone's mastering to what I just did. It didn't take me long at all. Ozone. says a lot, which says that, you know, sometimes you get albums and it'll say the album has been remastered. That means, you know, back then in the day, like, I'll listen to some albums I have now, right? I gotta get ready to get into bed. I listen to some albums that I have right now, and those albums, they're real low in fidelity because back in the day, they didn't have what we have now. It was all analog. It was on either 16 or 20 or 30, 24 track, big giant reel-to-reels, and they cut and spliced and pasted the reels to put stuff together. It was totally different. They had different microphones. They had different preamps. All that stuff was all analog. Now we're in like a hybrid world of digital and analog. And, you know, with me, we have digital here, but we have analog over here. And you got your plugins, which are digital. I just don't like using plugins. I'm just not a plugin guy. Even though for this album, I'm probably going to use the plugins on my 2-track stems. There's a plugin I really like called the SSLG channel. And I'll probably use that for my 2-track stems that I bring in. But everything else, the vocals and all that stuff will go through my EQs, my 500 series, or something that's in the rack. You know what I mean? We'll make it pop that way. But again, listening to this, listening to the original, which this is the original. This is 009. So I'm done for the night. I am done. I'm done and convinced that I don't need isotope to master my stuff. I got enough stuff down here to master and bring my levels up, do the compression and the limiting that I need to do to bring it up to the level. They claim that with isotope, now I wouldn't mind getting like an older version of isotope just to bring the audio into it, so I can have something to bring the audio into. But other than that, I don't see a need for me to do isotope. And basically, I bought this computer just so I can demo isotope. But now I got a backup computer because, well, actually, now that 13-inch I did, an extra full is my backup, and this is my main computer. But, yeah, that's it. I'm out of here. Thank y'all for stopping by. I appreciate you as always. And, having one, I'm trying to get this album done. That's all I can say. I'm trying to get this album done. So we're going to turn out some lights. Is everything off over there? Everything off over there? This is how we turn off everything. We hit those lights. And then we hit these lights over here. And we're out. I'll talk to y'all later. Later.